Hi, I'm Dustin.
Hi.
And
oh.
well, hi, I'm Dustin.
And I'm Kaylin.
Oh, I said.
What?
Hi. Hi, I'm Dustin.
What do you want me to say? Hi, I'm Kaylin.
Hi, I'm Dustin. And today on the barrel, Octomore, which one? Octomore 11.1 Scotch whiskey.
Are you just used to being by yourself here on the barrel? And that's what the problem is.
Octomore. BRUICHLADDICH OCTOMORE. From BRUICHLADDICH.
Wow.
Don't ask me how to spell it. Actually, I could spell it, but I won't. You gotta pay extra for that kind of action.
They're not paying anything.
Fun fact, this was the first Octomore I ever got. I now have 3 in my life. I obtained this one, I think the 11 was from 2020, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was when the...
Did you say that one of them, the 14, came out this year?
No, last October, because they always come out in October.
Okay.
It's an annual release.
I get it.
It's an annual release from the BRUICHLADDICH distillery, which just makes fantastic whiskey, in my opinion, all around. But yeah, its sort of thing is to be the most heavily peated Scotch in the world.
So is it from Islay?
It is, yes.
Oh.
When I say heavily peated, what I mean is by straight up just by the ppm level, or the parts per million, like the phenol levels of peat in the whiskey itself. They usually say right on the side, what do we got there?
139.6.
139.6 ppm, which for like reference, if you're comparing it to a classic like Laphroaig or Ardbeg, I think those land somewhere in like the 40s, 40 ppm or 30 something ppm. If you look at it just by that metric, I would be expecting like just a tire fire. Obviously, iconic bottle, one of my favorite bottles.
Very pretty.
Even if you buy it just for the bottle. Actually, don't do that. Buy it to drink it.
It says limited edition. Does that mean it's actually...
Yes.
So like you mentioned, an 11 comes out, a 12 comes out. Does it all of them say a limited edition on them?
Yes, a limited edition annual release. So they always have an 11, or they always have a 0.1, a 0.2, and a 0.3. I actually think this year though, last year they released a 0.4, like later. I can't remember what that was, but usually the 0.1 is sort of the version that like isn't finished or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's just 100% aged in used bourbon barrels, aged 5 years in oak casks.
Oh, it's just a baby.
So yeah, distilled in 2014 and bottled in 2020. So we're looking at a 5 year.
I bet when it was put in the barrel, it never imagined what would happen to it in 2020 during COVID.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Or girl. Not really sure what whiskey is. I mean, it being 5 years, pretty dang young for a Scotch, but that usually means that the younger the whiskey, the more smoky it actually tastes.
Oh.
At least in my experience.
Can I pull the cork out?
Absolutely.
You can't talk during it.
Well, hang on a second. If you're not subscribed yet, be sure to just click that subscribe button if you want to. Leave a thumbs up. Maybe write a comment if you've had this particular Octomore or any others. What's your favorite one? 8? 5?
Wow.
Oh, you gotta do it closer to the microphone.
What?
Cut. Yeah! Whoop.
Oh.
Did you want a little
No,
more?
no, that's fine. Look at how young it looks.
I know, very light in color. Generally, Scotch is lighter because they're aging in already used barrels, like used bourbon barrels. A lot of the barrel like sugars and dark colors have already been sucked out.
That's fine with me.
But you still get, I think, a very interesting and flavor that is pretty unique to Scotch because of that. On the nose. Oh. See, like...
I mean, it literally is burning the inside of my nose. You do this all the time. Do you, like, smell coffee beans in between?
No, but I guess you could. On a visit to...
Stop talking. It smells like apple juice. But only don't put it so close to your nose. It's like daycare apple juice in like one of those small cups.
Octomore daycare apple juice.
Limited release.
No, I could see like not like a sweet apple, like a natural.
Sure, like
an actual squeezed. Well, you can't squeeze an apple.
All I can think back to is when we were forced to drink it in daycare.
You were forced to drink apple juice in daycare?
Well, just like they didn't have like all the options.
When I was in school, we had days where we had root beer milk sometimes at lunch. Sometimes banana milk. It was the best. I smell... You just go right in again.
You know, I just don't know how we could possibly talk any longer about the smell.
Oh, I can show you.
Once we called out daycare apple juice, I just feel like that was it. Let the people decide. You won't be able to find this anymore, but if you can, and or if you already own it, you decide if it smells like daycare apple juice.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you agree that Octomore equals apple juice from daycare. I get on the nose a nice like ashy campfire smoke versus a more like phenolic rubbery smoke that I often get with like Lafroig most of the time, which is good in its own. Hello, darling. Interrupted by my, you can't see her.
Yes, you can.
Little pup Isla. Speaking of, yeah, some good vanillas in there. Maybe a little bit of like a charred pineapple. One thing I find with Octomores though, you go into it expecting like most heavily peated Scotch in the world. It's just gonna be like liquid smoke. And more often, it is obviously very smoky, but there's a lot of nuance. I think it's the 12 or the 14 to me. Granted, that one is, I think, sherry finished. Was a lot less smoky than I expected and a little more like fruity, but we can get into that one. Maybe we'll do all three next to each other.
Did you taste it yet?
No.
I literally finished mine.
All right, cheers.
It tastes really young. Not like obviously being a connoisseur like you are. I can taste the youth. And I like it. I would say that on any day, I would choose this over Evan Williams single barrel vintage. I'm sure that's not even in competition, but it's punchier. It reminds me, because we were just in Mexico, it just reminds me of mezcal because of that smokiness. Like
right away, it was sweet. Right away. It goes, it like is this adventure from like vanilla, oak, and then I got some like cream and pineapple, like whipped cream.
Wow.
And then like all of a sudden just a wall of fresh campfire smoke.
I feel like this is the SNL skit with Kate McKinnon and Ryan Gosling, and the aliens have abducted them, and I am Kate McKinnon and I had a very different experience.
Hey, that's what whiskey's all about.
Sure. It is good though. I'm having a really hard time coming up with tasting notes, because to me, I can't quite get past the youth of it. I like an older guy.
Whoa.
I don't know if it has a...
That's right up my alley. Sounds like it's right up your alley. Straight up her alley.
I like it, but I like other things more.
I think what's nice about this is it like every sip, it starts off different from how it ends. I like a whiskey that like sort of takes you on a little journey.
Yeah, for sure. Yep,
and
I agree with that.
It starts off nice and sweet, like sort of a charred, creamy pineapple, or like melon maybe, like a creamy cantaloupe almost.
Just literally stop
and then,
saying
yeah, just to...
I have a question. As it gets higher, so 11.1, does like 11.4, is that going to be darker in color and like, or do you not know?
It is, I mean, do you want to just freaking do it? Grab that one up there. And there's another Glencairn down there. Double review. So this is Octomore 13.2. So this was, I think, 2022's release. The difference between the 0.2 and the 0.3 and the 0.1 usually is that it's finished in some way. Oh, here we go. 5 years exclusively, it looks like, in Oloroso sherry casks. So this is fully matured for 5 years.
And in sherry
Instead of just finished, this spends its whole life, I think. So same age, but its entire life is in sherry. Go ahead and pour it.
Oh my God, I actually think I did something to my right hand. If you're a hand doctor.
I'm not. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, significantly darker. I mean, you can see pretty clear color difference. So this is just, I assume, ex-bourbon barrels. It just says oak barrels. And this is 100% Oloroso sherry. See what we get here? Here, if you want to go, oh yeah. Oh, it's like much, like dense, dark stone fruit, like a...
Do you read a dictionary
like a raisin?
Before you do this?
No.
Did you already say raisin?
Yeah.
Because I smell that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Raisined, maybe like, you know, dried cranberry even or something. Not quite that tart.
Again, so daycare.
And so creamy.
Wait, was the daycare reference?
The daycare reference had nothing to do with cream.
No, but...
I think we'd get striked. Oh, that's a really good nose. I could sit with this for 45 minutes. You want to?
No, we have to leave.
Yeah, noticeably, I prefer this, I think. It's hard to say one is better than the other, but they're just very different. A lot more cream, a lot more, like stone fruit, maybe even some like dried apricot.
I just got a little dusty basement.
This one started off for me more immediately smoky. It was sort of a sweet vanilla smoke. I didn't really get a ton of like red berries or necessarily the raisin right away on that. It was sort of smoke first. The smoke became maybe a little more like maritime-y. And then, you know, like you're on a sail ship in the middle of the sea somewhere. And then that like raisin or like dried plum or date or something like that came in at the end. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably go the sherry version, the 0.2. It's a little more interesting, I think. I don't know that I'm getting any like leather or tobacco type notes in here. Maybe slightly some like fresh pipe tobacco, but not so much. I get that more so with bourbons or non-peated scotches.
But again, so much peat. If that's not your thing, then this ain't your thing.
I mean, highly recommend Octomores. Now, they're unfortunately not at all cheap or easy to find, but it has been easier for me, at least in where I am in Minnesota, to find the last couple of years. It's sort of hung around in shops a little bit more. They're generally marked up slightly than from what they probably should be, but
these are 750s. Isn't there something going on in Europe right now that's like reducing?
Well,
not to bring up a controversial topic, but I just do have a question.
There is a trend.
Are these smaller now?
In fact, last year's is a 700.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a trend in all of whiskey right now. I think it's even trickling into the United States. I've seen a couple distilleries releasing 700 milliliter bottles now instead of 750. And it's kind of a bummer because the prices are not going down, just the quantities.
That's so weird.
And sometimes
I can't
the
think
quality.
of anything else in our life that's like that. Well, thanks for sharing with me.
What can you do? Anytime. You know where I live. Thanks for watching once again. Okay.
What is
that song?
Isn't that the song? Okay.
No, the song
I'm not
is...